Hi everybody, I'm Andy Murray. This is Adam Wilborn, and this is the news. Why did I steal your catchphrase?
Well, because this is the breaking after news.
Yes, we're in such a hurry to spit this story out. We forgot how to do our own introduction, but three men who have not forgot how to do their own introduction carry on my wayward news story. The Elite. They've re-signed with AEW.
Hey!
The saga is over. The contract situation has been resolved. All the speculation about them maybe leaving. But they had a fight with a guy backstage that we've talked about a couple of times. They are staying with AEW. They have signed multi-year deals with the promotion they helped form in the first place. And the scoop ski comes from Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso.
Hey.
I almost said Sports Direct's Justin Barrasso.
His big mug.
Sorry, Justin. Scoop's mug. He just, reaches in and...
Another scoop.
Red hot. I'll read you some of this story here. But basically it notes that the Young Bucks, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega have signed multi-year deals with AEW. I've got a quote here. I personally found this quote. It wasn't in the article or anything. Here we go. Quote from Tony Khan, owner, boss man.
Do you want me to read the quote?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. That one there.
The Elite have been so important to the launch of AEW. No, I'll do it normally, I promise.
I don't even know what you were saying.
The Elite have been so important to the launch of AEW, with the Young Bucks going all in.
Well,
when I first approached them in 2018 about my dream to create an international pro wrestling promotion. Shortly after that, their partners and closest friends, Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page, joined us to formally launch All Elite Wrestling. All four of them have been instrumental to AEW's success from the very first episode of Dynamite in 2019 through the present day.
There you go. There is some more information noted here. It's noted as well as being on-screen dudes. So they're going to continue their backstage work. They're going to remain, Omega and the Bucks that is, they're going to remain executive vice presidents. Obviously they've been in that position since the company formed in 2019. So it doesn't really sound like a lot of stuff is going to be changing here. And there are more quotes. There's a bunch of context. It's like Michael Sidgwick just pointed out we were in the studio filming another video when this dropped, and Sidgwick was like, "That's a flipping Elite story." What is the world of wrestling never sleeps?
Yeah, it comes out of nowhere all the time. This sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's noted that Kenny in particular would have been like a really hot product, hot commodity had he entered the free agency market. And it goes on. There's some really good stuff here. It'll be linked on our website if you want to read the full thing and digest it, but we're going to spend the remaining time, I guess we're saying here, just kind of picking this situation apart.
Yeah.
Gut reactions?
I think this is best for everyone, to be perfectly honest. I just know that the Young Bucks in particular, if they'd have gone to WWE, square peg round hole for me. I think that Papa H could have made it work, but with the looming figure of Vince as always over this, there's always the temptation as well for him to be like, let's punish them for making good competition and therefore elevating WWE's product.
Look what he did with WCW wrestlers for years and years,
And your Triple H especially with that. Cool, I'll beat you. At the big show, I'll definitely beat you. And I'll make it look easy, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, I might come out of retirement to beat you both. And you, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page. Actually, let's do a 4-on-1 handicap match and I'll beat all of you. Anyway, that's not what's going to happen. I do think this is the closest Kenny Omega's ever come to becoming a WWE wrestler. I think the speculation was not just out of nowhere. I think there was reports, we talked about them quite a lot in the recent weeks and months, that people behind the scenes at WWE thought, we might have a shot at this,
Yeah.
I think with all the disharmony, whatever the correct word is for that.
Chaos.
Following Brawl Out, and maybe the way that they perceived it had been handled, or the fact that Tony Khan had worked so hard to get CM Punk back, or, I'm just completely speculating here. You could have easily seen one, if not all of the Elite go, yeah, you know what, bollocks to this. We're going somewhere else. But at the end of the day, it is, in the words of AJ Styles, the house that they built. And this is, I've always considered, as great as Cody was and as instrumental as Cody was in AEW, it always felt like a different thing in terms of AEW, well, Cody Rhodes in AEW and the Elite in AEW.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
For sure. Even though Cody was obviously a member of that group, and and whatever for long periods. He wasn't associated with them on TV. That doesn't necessarily mean anything's going on backstage, but he was a different animal. And then the Codyverse stuff happened, and the world was really strange for him for a while. But then he went over to WWE, and obviously he's top babyface in that company. So it's been an interesting situation to consider, because you might look at Cody's success and go, you might think that the Elite and Hangman and Kenny, they're all the Elite, what am I talking about? Look at that and go, hey, he did that, we can do that too.
As much as he lost at WrestleMania, we all kind of know he's probably going to win the world title next WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a sell of like, hey, if you jump over, we've got big plans for you. And we've already had the tag titles main event WrestleMania now.
Yeah, exactly. So they look at that, they would look at the upturn in programming's quality over the past year or so. They would probably look at how hot the company is right now. WWE's on fire. In basically any business metric you can mention, this company is crushing it. And by the way, when I say that, it's not me saying that AEW is doing badly or anything. I'm just pointing out the positives of WWE's performance and the things that might attract them to go there.
And I think there's an argument that this is the coldest the Young Bucks have been in a long time. Since the start of AEW for me. Yeah. I'm not saying their work's bad, I'm saying the buzz, the excitement, the even the fantasy bookings around the Young Bucks in particular have just dissipated a lot over the last few months.
They have.
Year, arguably.
They've had some injury issues that haven't been as ruinous as Kenny's injury issues and stuff. Not to give them, excuses or whatever. I would like to see them doing some tag stuff, though, coming up. But on the other side of things with WWE, when it comes to like negatives that they maybe look away from, they might think, like you say, Vince McMahon is still kind of there, and he has the final say. And look, we're not going to have as much creative control over there as we do over here. Maybe they really enjoy their work as EVPs. I mean, they're still doing that, so you'd imagine they do. They wouldn't have that opportunity there as well. So there's definitely positives and negatives on the AEW side. Yeah, they'll have that more freedom. The wrestling style is a bit more attuned to what they do. Obviously, it's built in their image, so of course it is. And they've clearly been happy there.
Yeah.
It's a lighter schedule in AEW as well.
That's a good point as well, yeah. And I think this is pure speculation on my behalf. I think someone like Kenny Omega will have appreciated the way that AEW handled him having to go away and have just all of the... I for some reason, just picture someone drilling his neck, which I'm fairly certain they did with like a massage machine rather than an actual pneumatic drill.
One surgery away from going Shibata when they pulled his brain out.
But I think that will have factored into the decision. I think as a collective, they will have thought, where do we all want to stick? Because you want to stick together with your mates at the end of the day. I know Cody's mates with them still, and again, different kettle of fish that. And like you say, the freedom of, do you want to, if someone, do you want to do another match with Ospreay or whoever it may be? Want
to go to New Japan, do some stuff?
Exactly. Yeah. Does this mean that they'll never be in WWE? I've watched enough wrestling and been part of it for long enough to know never say never. I'd still think the most likely person to go to WWE is Hangman Adam Page. A, because of just the longevity he's got left in his career, and B, just as a change of scenery. Every wrestler can get to a point where it's like, kind of done everything here. You could still do this act, but just do it somewhere else surrounded by different people. So I could still see Kenny Omega, I could still see the Young Bucks eventually going to WWE. Just like you say, when the issues backstage have been maybe cleared up some more.
I wonder if they'll try and put that together.
Yeah, it's just, I just think this is best for everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean the Elite, I mean Tony Khan, I mean fans of AEW, and I mean fans of WWE as well. Don't get me wrong, as a fan of the product WWE puts out right now, I think any and all of these guys would have been a huge benefit to WWE, but I also don't think that they're like, right, well, that's our plans for WrestleMania next year ruined. I just think the only cloud on this horizon, I was going for the silver lining thing and I've done it backwards, is they've got such fantastic, great news. They're signed on for a load of more years. They're sticking around as EVPs. And then tonight they're going to get their asses handed to them by Jeff Jarrett.
Double J. He's going to kick their ass.
Congratulations on your contract. Bang!
to summarize, I completely agree. I think it's best for everyone. I think that the version of these wrestlers that we get in AEW is good, a bit more compelling than the version we would have got in AEW, because I think they are better suited, their skills, to that environment. Cody has killed it in WWE. I'm more into Cody now than I was a year ago. Longer than that, since he left AEW, but you know what I'm trying to say. I think this is good for everyone. Competition is good. Hope the boys got paid big time. You'd imagine they would have. But yeah, let us know what you think down below. Should they have gone to WWE? Are you happy they've stuck with AEW? What do you reckon? What do you think? Let us know down below.
And we will bring you any and all updates that we get on this as and when they break, so no doubt more on this tomorrow morning. But for now, why don't you check out this video instead? We'll see you soon.